Good evening, everyone. This is Professor Hill. Short video for our class, Introduction to Ethics Philosophy 2306, here at St. Philip's College for the summer of 2025. Today is Monday, the 23rd of June, 2025. We're at the start of week 3 of our kind of short summer class. And last night, Sunday night at midnight, we had essays that were due, and I've had a chance to go through and grade them. And so the grades are all current and updated. I just want to say a couple of words about them. And and also just let you know that the grades now, which are current through today, is also when we do midterm grades. So I entered midterm grades. I have to tell you that they don't mean anything. They're not permanently recorded. They're just to give you an idea of where you are. And most students are doing very well. So the majority of the students are doing great. A couple of students have either missed an assignment or they did an assignment that didn't do the the 2 comments. And so if your grade is lower, it's not what you expected, then that's probably just some work that you can make up and fix that. Because I'm always happy to go back and correct and update the grades once people have finished the assignment. So if you turned in an essay, but you didn't do the 2 comments, you're really just not done yet. And as soon as you are, I'll go back and grade that for to complete. Once you've completed the assignment, I'll go back and regrade it. So anyway, it turns out that I graded the essays, and these were the ones on John the paramedic. And there were a couple of issues I wanted to talk about. People were trying to sort out the key concepts from chapter 2 and had a little problem sorting them out. I need to do a better job of explaining, especially like emotivism. But anyway, here's the long and short of it. The one big issue we had, which I want you to keep in mind for the next time we write essays, is that people were trying to put themselves in John's shoes and describe John's thinking. And that's not what I wanted you to do. What I wanted you to do was look at the case study, see the decision John made, and then make a decision that you think, was that right or wrong? Was that good or bad? And then describe to me your own thinking. So if you were applying concepts like moral objectivism or cultural relativism, I wanted you to use that to describe your own thinking. That's because, first of all, John was pretty clear in the classroom that day that he thought what he did was right. He knew he was going to get punished for it, and he did. He lost his job as a paramedic. But him saying, I think what I did was right, gives us access, he's telling us, to what he thinks in terms of was it right or wrong. But we don't really have access to John's foundation for that, his thinking. Did he think that it was right because he was upholding a moral code that applied to everybody? Or was it a reflection of cultural values, of justice and equality? So now you don't have access to John's thoughts on that, but you know what you do have access to is your own. You can tell me what you think about that. Was it right? Was it wrong? And then why? You can press into your own thinking and then describe it using the concepts from the textbook. I need to be more helpful about clarifying the definitions in terms of the writing the essays, especially in the future as we go along. I want you to be thinking about yourself and your own thinking. Don't try to project that onto to the other people in the next couple of case studies. Anyway, that was kind of the message of the day. And again, most people did really well because people got the message, which was I had to read chapter 2 and then bring over a definition or a concept and apply it to the case study. There were a couple of people that didn't do that, and they lost points for that. But most everybody has figured out the system and what we're doing and how it works. And so, so again, as we start week 3. Don't forget, we've also gone chapter 1, week 1, chapter 1, week 2, chapter 2. We're not doing that. So we're in week 3, but we're not reading chapter 3. We're going to skip over that. So make sure you pay attention to the reading assignment for this week and to our case study. But you know what? That's all for tomorrow. Today, I just had to get through all the grading and then update the midterm grades. All of that's done. And anyway, if you have questions, let me know. However, I've got to take a break. It turns out I've been running around. Last night, Sunday night, I made a video for you guys, and it was at about, let me get this straight. It was about 7:30 last night, and after I made that video and posted it for y'all, I had a friend up in Waco at Baylor University who needed to get to San Antonio today. So I drove up to Waco. I got there about 12:30 at night last night. As y'all were turning in your essays at midnight, I then slept for a few hours. And then I had to get up at 5 to drive. We had to leave by 6 to get him back down here because he had to be at a job thing. And so anyway, now so I drove him down, and that all worked out. He was at his job thing, so everything's nice and happy. But oh my God, that was a tough turnaround to Waco and back, because it's 3.5, 4 hours. Anyway, it's been a long day, so I'm going to call it a day, and we'll pick up with the beginning of week 3 tomorrow. But I did want to let you know all the grading's done, it's caught up, and as soon as I post this video to you guys, I'm going to collapse on a couch. So take care, and I will talk to y'all again soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.